running out of time, Anubarak. How far are we from the exit?
Not far. We have entered the Upper Kingdom. The exit should lead us to the base of the glacier itself. However, there are still hidden traps and pitfalls to account for.
Take cover! Arthas! The entire passage collapsed. There's no time to dig through this. I'll have to move quickly and find my own way out. Hopefully Anubarak and the others survived. Speak, fool.
Frostborn hungers.
I'll be singed if I get too close to those flames. I'll need this gold for when I reach the glacier.
More like it. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like
More of the Nerubians' blasted mechanisms. I'll have to time this perfectly.
At last. This is more like it. At last. Frostmourne hungers. At last.
For the Lich King. More gold. This might help us later.
Hungers. At last. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. At last.
Another quake?
This is more like it.
For the Lich King. Your pain shall be legendary.
Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Now, Frostmourne. Finally. At last. This is more like it.
Faithless coward.
Finally. At last. Frostmourne hungers. At last. Finally. Now, Frostmourne.
For the Lich King. I'll make sure you suffer.
This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. At last. This is more like it.
Faithless coward.
Finally. At last.
I'll make sure you suffer.
Finally. This is more like it. Finally. At last. Frostmourne hungers. At last.
Now, Frostmourne. I'll make sure you suffer. Faithless coward. Your pain shall be legendary.
No one orders me around. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it.
Inventory is full.
At last. Frostmourne hungers. At last. Frostmourne hungers.
I must find a way across this strange obstacle.
Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. At last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. At last. Finally. At last. Frostmourne hungers.
I'll make sure you suffer.
This is more like it.
Inventory is full.
Finally. At last. This is more like it. Finally. Ah, at last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers.
Faithless coward.
This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Frostmourne hungers.
Your pain shall be legendary.
Finally. This is more like it. Ah, at last. Finally. This is more like it. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Frostmourne
Inventory
hungers.
is full.
Anubarak, you made it.
I see now why the Lich King chose you as his champion, Death Knight. Few men could have survived this labyrinth alone. Time is fleeting.
Tread lightly. This is more like it. Ah, at last.
Another earthquake. We must hurry, Death Knight.
Something's breaking through. Defensive positions!
I serve only the frozen throne.
No one orders me around.
I'll make sure you suffer.
For the Lich King.
Your pain shall be legendary.
Ah, at last. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers.
You will know endless torment.
My might cannot be matched. You I have heard the summons.
Tread lightly. Finally.
I serve only the frozen throne.
No one orders me around.
Feel the sting. Time is fleeting.
Speak, fool. Ah, at last. No one orders me around. Tread lightly. Speak, fool. This is more like it.
We're running out of time. We must find the exit.
This is more like it. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers.
Our forces are under attack.
I'll make sure you suffer.
This is more like it.
You will know endless torment.
Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers.
They're blocking the way to the exit. We'll have to fight our way through them to reach it. The frozen throne.
Tread lightly. What is it now?
I have heard the summons.
Speak, fool. This is more like it. What is it?
Speak. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it.
Tread lightly. What is it now? Fine.
Time is fleeting.
Tread lightly.
I have heard the summons.
Speak, fool.
Speak.
No one orders me around. Ah, at last. This is more like it. Finally.
Time is fleeting. Now quickly, head through that door. The exit to the surface lies just beyond.
It'll be good to see the sun again.
Remember, Illidan and the true battle still await us in the world above. Hopefully our trek through the Dark Earth brought us the precious time we needed.